Welcome back. This is Mrs. Rewrite with Advanced Geometry. Today's lessons 3-2 use parallel lines and transversals. Alright, so the measure of 3 of the numbered angles is 120 degrees. Identify the angles. Explain your reasoning. Alright, so these are parallel lines. And so all the stuff that we learned the other day applies to if parallel lines, then alternate interior angles are congruent. If parallel lines, alternate exterior angles are congruent. If parallel lines, corresponding angles are congruent. If parallel lines, consecutive interior angles or same side interior angles are supplementary. So these are all relationships that are congruent or supplementary based on if the lines are parallel. These lines are clearly marked parallel, therefore 120 corresponds with who? Same side, same position with 5. So 5 is also 120. 120 is alternate exterior with who? Angle 8. So angle 8 is 120. Why? Alternate exterior angles. Alright. So we have alternate exterior, we have corresponding. How about consecutive interior we could do right here? Or sorry, why did I say consecutive interior? Alternate interior, 120, which also is vertical with the original, right? Vertical angles are congruent. Those are all of the 120s. Do you guys see how these are drawn obtuse? All of the obtuse angles are the same. This is acute, 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 acute. They're the other measurement. So linear pairs are what? Linear pairs are supplementary, right? They add to 180. They form a straight line. So 180 minus 120, 60, which is alternate interior with here. Do you guys see how the consecutive interior angles, same side insides, are supplementary? Well, that's why. Because these two have to be supplementary and these two are equal, therefore those two are supplementary. Alright. Oh, I don't want you. Sorry. Okay. Next. Alright, so find the value of x. So we're looking for the value of x. So what do I know? 115. What do I know about this 4? I'm going to need to use it since they, put it there. I'm obviously going to need to fill it in. So what is angle 4? What's the value of angle 4? 115, because vertical angles are congruent. And then consecutive interiors, same side interiors are supplementary. So we're going to do x plus 5 plus 115 equals 180. 180 minus 115 what's that going to be? 65 minus this 5, x equals 60. The measure of angle 1 is 105. Fill in everything else. Well, if 1 is 105, what else is 105 and why? Five is 105 because of what? Corresponding. They correspond with each other. Same side, same position. What else do we know? 4, vertical. Right, vertical to the original. 8, compared to the original, it's what? Compared to the original, it's alternate exterior angles. Good. So they wanted 4, 5, and 8. And we needed to say what we used. So we got the vertical angles, right? Vertical angles. We used alternate exterior and we used corresponding. If the measure of angle 3 is 68 degrees, so 3 is 68 degrees, and the measure of angle 8 is 2x plus 4. What is the value of x? Show your steps. All right, well, what do we know about 68? Where else is 68? 7, because of y? Corresponding, right? So now we know that these two have to add up to what? 180, because they are a linear pair. So 2x plus 4 plus 68 equals 180. What is 4 and 68? 72 equals 180. 180 minus 72. X equals 108. Divide by 2. X equals 54. Make sense? What else could you have done? You could have done 3 alternate exterior with 6, which would also be a linear pair, right? So there's multiple ways you could have attacked this. Prove the alternate interior angles theorem. So you cannot use alternate interior angles to prove alternate interior angles. So you can't be like, oh, alternate interior, they're equal because they're alternate interior, therefore they're equal. You can't do that, right? You have to, we're trying to prove that those are equal, so we have to use something else. So you guys see how, like, angle 3 is labeled? Why? Because we're probably going to have to use it to prove it, right? So what do we know? We have our given. We always start with our given. The lines are parallel, given. Based on the lines being parallel, what do we know? Well, we can't use 1 and 2 because that's what we're trying to prove. So how about 1 and 3? What do you know about 1 and 3? Angle 1 is congruent to angle 3. Why? Corresponding. So corresponding angles postulate. Okay. What else do you know? Look from here to here. What happened? We switched out a 3 for a 2, right? So 1, we're going to have like a 1 and a 2. So, we know 1 and 3. Is there any other relationships we know? How about 2 and 3? How do we know those? Vertical angles. Vertical angles congruence theorem, right? Vertical angles congruence theorem. So now looking at these two, those 3's are going to cancel out, right? Sub a whole side for a whole side is called transitive. When you sub that whole side for that whole side, that's called transitive. Makes sense, guys? Do you guys get this? So this and this are equal, this and this are equal, therefore these two are equal. So you're proving alternate interior angles are equal without using the fact that alternate interior angles are equal. You need to prove it a different way. When sunlight enters a drop of rain, different colors of light leave the drop at different angles. This process makes a rainbow. For violet light, the measure of angle 2 is 40 degrees. What is the measure of angle 1, and how do you know? Okay, so do you guys see how these lines are marked with, hey dude, I'm parallel marks? Do you guys see that? And what if I took this and I extended it out? And I took this line and I extended it all the way out. And then that line of sight, I'm going to take that line and I'm going to extend that one out too. Now does that look like parallel lines with a transversal cutting through? So can you guys now see that this and this right here would be alternate interior angles? If parallel lines, alternate interior angles are congruent. So we know that angle 1 is 40 degrees because of the alternate interior angles, right? That is everything on your lesson on 3.2. Use parallel lines and transversals. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. Like and subscribe. Have a great day.